Hello everyone, we're in the North Yorkshire Moors. Just over there is the North Yorkshire Moors Railway, which is a heritage line. I think it's the busiest heritage line in Britain actually. It's the most used one. It's gorgeous, it's beautiful. Built in 1836, but actually this section that we're next to here was actually part of the original line. So the North Yorkshire Moors Railway that you can go on, that's not actually the original. This section is. But it closed in 1865 because it had an incline. So we're going to find that and we're going to walk that line all the way up and follow the original North Yorkshire Moors Railway. Need to stop meeting like this, and then by the fifth time it's just awkward, isn't it? Okay, so this bridge here is part of the original line. Unfortunately you can't get on top of it, it's all fenced off. But if we come through here, trying to mind all the sheep droppings, you should be able to see another bridge just there. That's the railway line that's active now, a heritage line. And what they did in the 1860s was they built that because obviously it didn't have an incline on it, so they could use locomotives on it. And this, unfortunately, was closed. How you doing, mate?
Jimmy's asleep.
Heavy night, was it? It's absolutely stunning up here. There's sheep everywhere, though. Although it looks like they've all been attacked by Just Stop Oil. All got orange paint all over themselves.
Tangoed.
They have been tangoed, yeah. There's a crossing keeper's house here, which we're going to have a quick look at, and then it's a farm access basically, but Phil's saying that you are allowed to walk down it, so we'll have a stomp down there, and then it then becomes an actual path, which I think is called the Rail Trail, which has loads of tourists. It's gone over a cattle grid there. Nearly put my leg through it. So there's the track bed there. You can see that in the distance, that weird looking structure. That's what used to be those three big golf balls from the Cold War. Listening, first warning or something if a nuke was on its way. But yeah, look at that beautiful building. So that's the crossing keeper's house back in the day, and as you can see it is a public footpath, so you can get down there. And there's the heritage line there, gagging for a steam train. So this was a tramway, actually, a horse-drawn tramway that was opened in 1836 between Pickering and Whitby. It was the Whitby and Pickering Railway. That heritage line there, that still does that journey, doesn't it? You can still get from Pickering into Whitby station. But as I said, this was taken away in the 1860s. There was a section at the end, Phil was saying, that was open for a quarry, and then also it was reopened for a tiny bit in 1872 so that they could test a locomotive that they were trying to send out to Brazil. So in Brazil, obviously Brazil's hilly, and they produce a lot of coffee. They were trying to find an engine that could get down the incline from to basically deliver coffee beans down to the coast. And there was a company in Leeds which was trying to develop an engine that could do that, and they actually tested it here at the incline, which we're going to come to a little bit later on. So this is the track bed now. That's where we've come from, and we found ourselves in a BBC drama, or was it ITV Heartbeat?
ITV, I think. There are adverts on Whitby. I can't remember.
So that's the garage. Anyone around the world that's watched Heartbeat, that's Aidensfield Garage, but it isn't actually Aidensfield. Aidensfield is a fictional place. This is actually Gotland, or Gotland, depending on how you pronounce it. There you go, blink and you miss it. And the railway went across there. I'm going to send a picture of that to my dad. He loves Heartbeat. So it came through there. We've had to walk around that bit, obviously, because it's someone's house. But now we're on the track bed. There we go. You are here. So there was a turntable for the steam locomotives in that tree, basically. Let's have a look. Oh, here we go. They've dug it out here. They might have buried it again. Let's have a look.
What are you sniffing at, that turntable?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was just looking at that tree. And if that tree was planted where it used to be, look at the circular bit, or it could be just coincidence.
So I think it's where that big tree is there.
You reckon?
Just from that map, it just looked like, because it would be a hole, wouldn't it? That they would have then the structure in.
Yeah, but that's not really round. I think if it were obvious, they'd have put some indicators saying this was the site of the turntable, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you'd hope so. That's a fire station, isn't it? Fire shed.
I understand that, mate. It's got a bigger fire station than that.
So we're leaving Gotland now. I've had a cup of coffee and a Yorkshire pasty. I did ask her what the difference was between a Yorkshire pasty and the Cornish pasty, and she just said potatoes. So, but I thought Cornish pasties had potatoes in it as well. Who knows? It was good anyway. Oh, so we're going down the incline. I don't know why I had it in my head we'd go up it. Right. Well, I'm not gutted. I'm going down it. I've got to say, I prefer it that way round. Normally, when you get these sort of horse-drawn jobbies like this, especially with big inclines, they were basically for goods. So Phil was just saying how they used, was it water tenders?
Water tender to fill up the water either end to match the weight of whatever's coming the other way, I guess.
Yeah, to basically, you know, lift it up. But this line they actually used it for passengers as well while it was an incline. And so it took an extra 20 minutes just to get up. So that's why they asked for permission to build that little kind of extension round, so that they could have a more kind of flat landscape, so they could bring steam trains basically. And then this was left to rot after that, unfortunately, apart from, like I said earlier, that little period in the 1870s when they were trying to basically make a train able to go up an incline. Did they do it? Yeah.
It was successful. I
Oh, magic.
It was a successful trial, yeah. Only took 2 days. It was successful. They had to change some grading on this to match what it was going to be, the environment it was going to be sold into. But everything worked out well, and I think it was fairly successful from what you can read about online.
At last, we're about to see the light. This has gone on for what feels like forever. It's one of the longest inclines I've walked on, I've got to say. So we're at the bottom. That's a beautiful building, that one. It just looks like a Yorkshire Railway building, doesn't it? Lovely.
Yeah, it looks Yorkshire.
Incline Cottage, it's called. Original gatepost there, by the look of it. Got you. Okay, so this would have gone across the river then. So hopefully abutments should still be there. With a bit of luck. Yeah, there we go. These look modern though, don't they? But over there, could they be the original ones? I can see where the track bed goes once we get the other side. Because these are pretty big, almost like these could have come off it. These big stones.
So if it went there's no other side. Just have to have a look at where it
There's a bit there, so maybe it went across that way like that. Well, we'll soon see when we get there. This is nice though. Something there as well. I reckon they need a wee. I've only just been. So 1845, it stopped being horse-drawn. Right, so just off the track. So we're thinking this was the ironworks maybe then on the river. The Valley of the Esk. So that's the River Esk, that one then.
Yeah.
1857. Wow. Here we go, just a little bit further along. Beckhole Ironworks. So I'm guessing it looks like the land's slightly kind of manipulated there, scarred, that's the word I was looking for.
4 years, is that it?
Oh wow.
Seems a bit of a...
It's a lot of infrastructure for 4 years, isn't it? We're just chatting about the fact that it's dead remote. Like, it's beautiful, don't get me wrong, it's amazing around here, but it doesn't seem like the kind of place you'd stick like a massive ironworks.
Not really.
Where would you get the staff, for one?
Good question.
Oh, that's why I closed it. Yeah. They put a new top on it, but that's possibly one of the shallowest bridges I think I've ever seen.
I mean, you would struggle to stand up on that.
Yeah, I think we would. No. That is very cool. I'm feeling drips of rain on my head, which isn't really wanted. I've even got the men on the back. Oh, man and woman. So Phil's saying, so this is what we're on now, but this is the 1847 one. And actually the original one follows that alignment. But it went over this kind of edge of a you know, well, I guess like a ledge. Which was fine when horses were pulling it, but when you get a big heavy steam train on it, you know, that wasn't going to work, so they moved it slightly. So we'll follow this in a sec, but we're going to come and have a little look at the original 1836 bit. And we get a nice little view of that viaduct as well. It's beautiful. Oh, is there? All right, I'll go there then. Oh, you can walk that as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I remember walking it years ago.
There we go.
Horses only.
Horses only, yeah.
Oh yeah, there we go. Quite easy. Fine, you can even make that out still after all them years. And it's the height of summer and you can still see that's an old bed.
Look at that, that's beautiful. So is that technically a bridge, not a viaduct then, if there's only two arches? Yeah. I was wrong then, that's just a bridge. It's a nice bridge though. Here we go, so on top of that bridge, not viaduct, there's the clue. It's beautiful at night. So that's where we are. We just walked off there and, you know, just kind of had a little bit of a look. But like you said, they didn't want to mess around with the bridges, did they? No. That's why they've changed it.
But it says there they only need it just enough for a horse to be able to traverse it with a cart. And then there's a big embankment, and then there's the new deviation there, look, which you can't see or hear at the moment.
I love it. 1865 is new, isn't it?
Proper old roll. This looks big in one line, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Here we go. I hope he's on a bike, because if he's not, he's running blooming fast. I could just hear that kid getting closer and closer, but at like crazy speed. I was thinking, tell me he's on a bike, he's not Linford Christie. Right, this bridge is gone, annoyingly. North Bridge. Nothing.
Why have they kept them there?
Yeah. They're there like they're meant to be something, but I don't know what they are.
Yeah, I know, but look at them, they are man-made to spike in. There's some kind of foundation, right? They've used to push in, look, with them spiky endings, look.
Yeah.
If they held an old wooden trestle bridge up or something.
Oh, you've nailed it, mate. There, that's yeah, wooden in the river, look.
Really wide again as well.
Yeah. Oh wow, that is really wide. That's why it's not there then, if it's wood, isn't it? It's probably not collapsed. They probably just pulled it down and then replaced it.
I think they what they took out there.
Yeah, you can see, look, the big old foundation there that's been smashed into the river.
Maybe not them. I know, look, that one's still standing.
Oh yeah. It is a big old bridge though, isn't it?
But I don't get it. Why have we got this here?
It goes off at that angle though. I think that's why it appears bigger, because it's not straight. Let's just go in, bosh, straight across there. So then we'll get back on the track bed. So there's the original alignment, and it's going to join us here. We can hear steam trains now whistling away up on the heritage line. We're getting close to the North Yorkshire Moors Railway. You just see those sheep, and you can see it's a little hut. That's the track bed. There's a signal there I can make out as well. And this is the original alignment. But we're looking for a turntable, which Phil reckons is on the left in a field. Used to be. But there might be some remains. The river just winds in and out of this line, doesn't it?
Yeah, this has got some stanchions left.
Cheers, mate. Oh wow, yeah. Those clouds don't look too friendly, do they? Yeah, you would literally walk out your front door and onto the railway line, wouldn't you? I could live somewhere like that. Maybe not with young kids though, to be fair. Probably not wise. Okay, so this is where this turntable was. Phil's going to go and have a look. All the best, mate. With that. That's the line on into Gromont. And this was actually... So what happened was... Sound like Jethro there. What happened was... Train came off here. Into a turntable there. Then across... On a, you know, one of them... track. Over here. It starts to really rain now, annoyingly. And you can see where that sheep is in the distance. That is the line into the quarry, which actually goes under the heritage line, the North Yorkshire Moors line, which is just where those trees are basically. But that, yeah, that rain's getting heavier and heavier, which is annoying. So you can make out the original stanchions there of the railway bridge, but it's got a little Claude Monet Giverny garden bridge on it now for some reason. No turntable for Phil then. Broken. Never mind, we stomp on. Here we go, so there's some railway cottages by the look of it. And that there on that embankment, that's the North Yorkshire Moors Railway. So fingers crossed, we're going to get a train at some point. Here we go. We're getting near to Gromont station now, where this line will end, and it will, you know, obviously rejoin the current one. Kind of. There's a tunnel though, you're saying?
Yeah, there is, because before that line where this used to like cut across and go through a single arch tunnel, and then when that came along, they built a double track one, and they sit side by side now.
Here we go. There's a little steam engine, like the bottom of one.
Future project for you.
Oh, mate. That would be as amazing as it would be to own a steam train. That would be like setting fire to money, wouldn't it? Just torch it. Yeah, there's a little DMU there.
Not very good view for wind on that.
No. There's a bit more going on further down. There you go, got a Southern Railway jobby. Don't see Southern Railway trains that far north very often. The geek in me's coming out now, Phil. Wow, that's a big old coal drop, isn't it? Wow. Even if you're not into steam trains, they are incredible things. So what we're going to do, we're going to walk round, because obviously we can't walk through there, and the tunnel is at the other side, so we'll keep stomping around and have an explore. Here we go, so we're right high up now over Gromont, so the tunnel is going basically underneath us. So there's the station, beautiful. So let's go and find this tunnel. Right, so we've gone up and over, and this should be a great reveal here. That's a serious shirt, that. We come round. So there's the original one then.
Yeah.
I'm expecting a train to appear out of that tunnel any second now.
There's one coming through, isn't it?
Here we go.
Maybe it's Conrad's going round.
Really quick. So there's the station there. That's the active line now, the heritage line, and this is the original 1836. It's even got a little castle on the top. Whitby to Pickering Railway. Wow, look at that.
That horse, if that's a true representation, our horse will look full in the cart, all nice and happy and galloping.
I was going to say, it looks quite happy. I doubt it was in real life. Look at that. Right, let's have a stomp through out the rain.
130 yards, mate.
I imagine this is what death looks like, walking towards the light.
Oh yeah, yeah, but for you, it's a good after death because you're walking through to your beloved steam engines.
I could take that, to be honest.
Well, just here.
Here we go. It's huge, isn't it? Look at that. So that's the obviously the other tunnel through there. This rain is pretty brutal. It's getting worse and worse and worse. Oh mate, dreamland. Beautiful. So that was a nice little surprise. So we're going to walk back through the tunnel now. You said there's one last bridge and that's the last remnant of this line.
That's it, yeah. Right, there you go.
That's the lot. Okay. This is the final bit then of the original line. So there's the current bridge, looking beautiful.
Stop talking that through.
Ah, and there you go. There's the bottom of what's left. The rain is getting worse and worse, but there is a steam train, so every cloud and all that. So that's us. That was the original section of the Whitby and Pickering Railway. The rain's really come out now, but it's good fun, and at least it waited till we got to the end. Hope you enjoyed that. As always, like, subscribe, comment please, and we'll see you next time.
Yep.